Have you ever seen how certain older men walk into a space and instantly shift the atmosphere, before they even say a word? They're not begging for attention, they're not performing, and yet younger women can't seem to look away. And it's rarely just about money, social standing, or appearance. It's something deeper. It's the subtle way they move, the way they flirt without appearing to flirt at all. There's a quiet danger to it, the aura of a man who knows time is his ally, not his enemy. Compare that to younger men. They're eager to impress. They overtalk, overjoke, and overcompensate. But the seasoned man who has mastered himself doesn't have to play those games. His stillness, his presence, his calm curiosity, that alone is enough to pull her in. He doesn't chase her attention, he makes her lean in, curious about who he is. That kind of mystery creates a stronger pull than any pickup line ever could. And let's be clear, we're not talking about corny tricks or manipulative routines. These are psychological levers rooted in how women instinctively respond to masculine energy. They're supported by evolutionary psychology, refined by lived experience, and amplified by a Stoic mindset. In this video, I'm breaking down the 7 most magnetic flirting methods older men use, the kind that don't just spark interest, but build desire. Understand them, and you'll never see flirting the same way again. Here's the truth most guys secretly avoid. When it comes to flirting, younger men often sabotage themselves. They confuse volume with confidence, humor with charm, and compliments with attraction. But to a younger woman, it reeks of neediness. It feels like he's auditioning for her approval. And the moment she senses that, she checks out. Desire doesn't come from proving yourself, it comes from not needing to prove anything at all. This is the edge older men have. They don't try to dominate the room with noise. They let stillness speak louder than words. They know that pausing before speaking creates more weight than rushing to fill space. They understand that steady, unshaken eye contact cuts deeper than memorized lines. It's not that they don't flirt, it's that they flirt in a way so controlled, so understated, it feels dangerous. And women are drawn to that danger. Think of it like this: a young man is a firework, bright, loud, and over in seconds. An older man is a fireplace, steady, warm, magnetic, something you want to stay near. That's where so many men go wrong. They waste energy trying to be fireworks, while women secretly crave the slow burn of fire. Here's the hard truth: if you never learn this shift, you'll always be remembered as the guy who tries too hard. You'll be background noise instead of the man who lingers in her mind. The real question is, what are those subtle techniques older men use that make women lean in, instead of pulling away? Let's break them down. Flirting trick 1: the weight of presence. The most overlooked tool older men use isn't a line or a move, it's the way they occupy space. True presence. In today's world, it's rare. Most guys can't even sit across from a woman without fidgeting, glancing at their phone, or nervously filling silences. But the seasoned man knows presence is the highest form of attention. He speaks slowly. He listens fully. He's not staring at her with hungry eyes. His calm tells her, "I'm here by choice, not by need." Research supports this. Women respond more strongly to the quality of attention than the amount. A man who listens with patience, who holds eye contact without flinching, makes her feel both safe and intrigued. Paradoxically, the calmer he is, the more tension she feels. Younger guys mistake excitement for attraction, but real attraction thrives in restraint. And here's the kicker: presence can't be faked. You can't buy it, you can't fake it with clever words. If your energy is scattered, she feels it instantly. But if you're grounded, if you radiate the composure of a man with nothing to prove, she feels that in her body before she ever thinks it in her mind. That's why a man can sit in silence and still dominate the room. Presence is not passive. It's not about being mute. It's about being anchored. And in a world where every man is yelling for attention, the one who doesn't need to yell becomes unforgettable. That's why the first trick isn't about what you say, it's about how you hold silence. Flirting trick 2: the push-pull of contrast. Younger guys smother women with attention, endless compliments, trying too hard, over-explaining. But attraction thrives in contrast. An older man teases with rhythm. He gives warmth in doses, then pulls back into composure. He creates a back and forth, a push and a pull, that keeps her hooked. This ties to the intermittent reinforcement effect. The human brain finds unpredictable rewards addictive. Casinos use it. So does attraction. When she never knows exactly when she'll get your attention, it becomes far more valuable. Picture this: she makes a cheeky comment, expecting you to respond instantly. Instead, you pause, let a slow grin spread, and deliver a line that's both playful and challenging. That unpredictability lodges in her memory. But here's the secret: this only works if you're okay with her not liking you. Younger men collapse under rejection, they try too hard to prevent it. But the older man knows attraction grows when you don't bend. That willingness to risk rejection is what makes the tease powerful. Flirting trick 3: Mastering time. Younger men rush. They speak too quickly, they fill space with noise, they race to impress. But when you slow down, you take control of the interaction. Psychology shows that measured pauses signal authority and confidence. A CEO doesn't rush his words, either does a man who owns the room. When you slow your pace, she unconsciously slows hers. She adjusts to your rhythm. Without realizing it, she's following your frame. That's not just flirting, that's leadership. The truth is simple: speed signals insecurity. Slowness signals self-possession. Be the mountain, not the leaf blowing in the wind. Flirting trick 4: Withholding validation. Most young men drown women in compliments. At first it flatters her, but soon it feels cheap. Scarcity creates value. The older man withholds just enough validation to make her crave it. When he finally gives it, it feels earned, and that's intoxicating. This isn't cruelty, it's self-respect. He doesn't hand out his energy cheaply. And that selectiveness is what makes her lean in. Flirting trick 5: Commanding silence. Most men fear silence. They rush to fill it. But a man who owns silence doesn't feel the need to perform. Controlled silence is dominance. It unsettles her, and draws her closer. Psychologists call it non-reactivity. It signals status and confidence. Silence, in this sense, isn't empty. It says, I don't chase. If you want more, lean in. That's when she begins revealing herself, trying harder to keep your attention. Flirting trick 6: Playful unpredictability. Routine is the death of attraction. Younger women especially crave the spark of unpredictability. Not chaos, but subtle surprises. Breaking patterns in small, confident ways keeps her brain firing dopamine. Maybe she expects a compliment, and instead you give her a sly look and say, "That's dangerous." Or she teases you, expecting defense, and you laugh it off instead. Suddenly she's intrigued. The catch? Unpredictability must be anchored in calm. Done wrong, it looks immature. Done right, it feels magnetic. Flirting trick 7: Depth. Attraction might begin with looks and charm, but what makes a younger woman hooked is depth. Older men bring this naturally. They've lived, they've suffered, they've reflected, and that creates weight. In the middle of light teasing, he might drop a calm, piercing question. When was the last time you felt free? He doesn't push, he just lets it hang. That moment changes everything. Women don't just want fun, they crave emotional intensity. A man who mixes play with stillness, wit with depth, becomes unforgettable. Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Those trials give you the depth younger men can't fake. That's what makes older men dangerous in the best way. The real secret isn't cars, status, or money. It's presence. It's calm. It's unpredictability. It's depth. These aren't tricks. They're reflections of a man who knows himself. And here's what most men miss: you can't fake this. You can't fake calm if you're anxious. You can't fake depth if you've never looked inward. The real work is becoming the man who naturally radiates these qualities. So here's my challenge. Ask yourself, where am I still acting like a boy, when I should already be standing as a man? Change that. Because when you shift, women feel it. Attraction bends toward gravity, and gravity belongs to men who know themselves. If you want to sharpen that edge, break free from neediness, and step into the version of yourself women can't forget, subscribe now. Comment below which of these 7 resonated most, and which one you'll start mastering today. Because in the end, you don't win by chasing. You win by becoming. And once you've become the man with calm presence, playful unpredictability, and unshakable depth, she won't just notice you. She won't forget you.